What is going on, people? Hopefully y'all can hear me. Everything sounds good to you. Unfortunately, I already had a camera error today, so we're working with my MacBook Pro camera here, but figured it would work out fine. All right. Let's see. Okay, everybody can hear me? Looking good? Awesome. Let's see all the people we got in here. Looks like Anthony was in here a while ago coming for that first place trophy, but we got Fernando in here, Fernando, Richie, Ahmad's in here, of course, the real first commenter. You and CJ can battle that one out today. Uno is in here. Got a few of the members in here. Calvin, Samir, Chad's in here. Michael, Calvin, Soba, Matt, Hondro. Is that Hondro? All right, y'all. Yeah, like I was kind of saying, so I originally had my whole camera set up over here. Earlier today, the camera fell, and now my lens isn't working, which is really annoying because that's an expensive lens. So I'm going to have to figure that part out. And then still had a kit lens for this one that I put on it, tried to get that up and running and plugged it in just now, and it's not working with my streaming setup, so that's just really annoying. Yeah, Matt, pro working from home, getting to watch this while you're on the clock. That's what I love to hear. That's what I'm here for. Just here to distract y'all a little bit from work. You know, I realize we're coming in a little bit early, considering I didn't want to overlap with Luke's stream today, which I'm sure I'm overlapping with somebody else's right now because I didn't exactly check everybody's, but that's just going to happen here and there. But yeah, I'm hoping to make these more of a concrete thing in my schedule. So hopefully y'all enjoy it. And hopefully we'll have my better camera up and running next time, but this one should do for now. Alrighty, let's see who is rolling in here. How's everybody's day going? Is everybody still at work or who's actually off of work? That's the real question. Perfect. Guess I got that name right. I'm going to hope. Ahmad, yeah, Odin is not here quite yet. He still hasn't moved in with me. I'm probably going to get him over here either probably tomorrow, but if not, then this weekend at some point. I got a few more things I got to move in. I mean, y'all can't see it because I'm at the wrong angle here, but I guess you can kind of tell. I have no decoration set up yet, so I still need to do all of that. Have a couch that's still coming in, some living room chairs and stuff, so still got a lot to finish up, but Odin will be here very soon. Yeah, let's see here. So we got Hondro said 30 minutes and he's off the clock, so can ride out the last 30 minutes with me here. Calvin's at work. Nice. Matt is still on tour right now. One more week. That's awesome. Come on now, Chad. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Got a super chat within the first 10 minutes of being here. That is crazy. And then it's for the beer we should have had when we hung out. That is true. We didn't really get too much time to hang out, but I'm actually working on a video right now, Chad, about that whole trip I just did to come see you and CJ. Both of those creator conversations are out now, so people have already seen those. But I do want to do a full redemption video, and then also just talking about my experience getting to meet y'all. So I'm excited for that. But I really appreciate the super chat, and it's probably me that should be buying you a beer, considering you're the one that came and drove to me at the hotel and filmed with me. So I do appreciate you, though. That means a lot. Getting right back into this live streaming thing, and Chad's already supporting like crazy. So thank you so much, man. And you're also working still. So look at that. The dedication to be super chatting, commenting, and still at work. That's awesome. Man, it looks like everybody's at work right now, basically. But yeah, that's kind of what I feared. I'm thinking for regular live streams too. Thursdays are a great day for it because it's end of the week. I don't really have much going on. Usually I have a video coming out, and this would replace that midweek video theoretically. But maybe I'll start doing some more early week live streams here and there, just that way to kind of connect with y'all, even on a more consistent basis. But looks like we got Alan in the building too, or at least in some building. Good to see you. I already saw a few questions roll in too, so we can dive into those. I got a lot of stuff that I want to talk about too, including the title of this whole live being about, maybe even me adding the Bilt Mastercard. I won't be adding that on stream. But now that I'm in a new apartment, kind of makes sense that I would actually add the Bilt Mastercard, because until now, I haven't had a reason to get it. My last apartment, or my last house, I guess, I was paying just through Zelle. So now this is a whole new ballgame. But let's see. Let me scroll back up to the top real quick and see what kind of questions we already had roll in. Let's see here. And also, I don't know if y'all can hear the cars out there, but sometimes they do get a little bit loud. So Calvin, looks like you had the first main question here, asking about the new apartment, asking if it's a new Austin apartment or a new city. So I can go ahead and explain that so far. It looks like you just asked it again, so I'm glad I caught this. But so this apartment is still in the Austin area. I debated maybe making a bigger move to like a completely different city and or state. Well, mainly state. If I was moving out of Austin, it was probably to a new state. But I just love Texas too much. Right now, honestly, though, the main reason that I moved here is because I was in between moves at my parents' house. I was considering moving to the Houston area because that's where my girlfriend was. But I've talked about it. Y'all don't care about this as much. But me and her did end up breaking up. So I was at home with my parents. Didn't exactly know what I wanted to do. So I debated either, making a move, like I just said, to another state and making a big change, or trying to stay with them because I'm saving a ton of money and I wanted to travel a ton next year anyways. But after working there for even just a few months, I realized that, like, man, it's impossible to do work out there. We have like basically no Wi-Fi. So that's a big reason why I was like, well, I got to make some kind of change here. So decided to still stay in the Austin area. And then now I have good Wi-Fi. I'm close enough to home to where I can bring Odin back and go to the airport pretty easily. And yeah, I'm gonna be making a lot more trips next year that I'm excited to document on the channel. And then now I have Wi-Fi to where I can like live stream and do stuff that I really enjoy doing. Getting on more maybe creator conversations virtually if I have to. I'd like to do all those in person, but now at least I have that option, or even just other collaborations for videos that I can do now because I have the Wi-Fi for it. So. But yeah, that's the main reason that I'm living where I'm at now. But hopefully that got your question answered easily. Let's see here. Man, I already lost my place. Here we go. Oh wow, so I didn't read this earlier, but this is really cool. I appreciate you, first of all, letting me know about this, but also just for supporting me since that long. I mean, from 500 subscribers, I wonder how many people in this have been here for as long as you. The only people I've seen in here today that might have been, that I know of at least, would probably be Matt Welter, which I thought he was in here earlier. Maybe I just made that up. Oh no, there he is. And then Chad as well. I know just some other creators that I've been in here with for a long time. So it's cool to see that you've been here. And I'm happy that you want to try to do the credit card YouTube stuff. It's super rewarding, but it's a ton of hard work. So you got to love it, All right. Here's a question from Samir from a bit ago. He said, does the Chase 524 rule count towards the Prime Visa card? Because I still got it somehow. So yeah, it's actually one of those cards that most people say like 524 doesn't apply towards. Obviously, your mileage may vary. Technically, by the way that 524 works, you should not be able to get that card while being at 524 or above it. But it's one of those that, since it's co-branded with Chase and, maybe Chase has a little bit less say on who gets approved for it, you actually can get approved while over 524. And a lot of people have. I've never tried it because I have the Amazon Prime business card with Amex. So I haven't needed the personal one, but I've heard of a lot of people that go that route and they're fine. So congrats on the approval though. It's cool to see, like, we need as many data points as possible to keep confirming these things. So it's good. Yeah, I use that card all the time. I mean, for this whole apartment, like basically everything. So before I moved in here, I always had roommates that had like the living room furniture, all the kitchen appliance, not appliances, but all the, kitchenware and all that stuff. So before I moved in, I had nothing. And so I had to spend a bunch of money basically furnishing this whole entire place. And most of that was done through Amazon. Getting 5% back on a lot of that is huge. So I was happy about it. All right. Oh, Jeffrey, you said you got approved for the Bilt card last week. Let's go. Yeah, it's going to be on my radar, obviously, very soon. But I need to talk to y'all about that. Maybe you can give me some good advice on it, because I have ideas, but I don't exactly know what to do. The reason I say that is because I'm at I'm at 524 right now. Drop under in February, back to 424. So my idea is I probably should just wait until February to add the Bilt card, sacrifice a few points. But I could also add like a Chase Ink card and the Bilt card, maybe even on the same day. So that's kind of my thought process right now, but interested to hear what you all think as well. Alan just got approved for the Freedom Unlimited. Awesome, dude. Did you go for that 2 times points on everything, or what offer did you go for? Okay. Kind of scrolling through here. I see that Luke is in the building too. And as you know, hopefully some of y'all at least saw my community post as to why I had to shift this up. But I also really want all of us after this to go join Luke's live. And there should be a way for me to redirect to Luke's stream once he goes live. So I'm hoping to just send all my viewers over there and we can all go check out Luke's stuff too. Because if you haven't seen him yet, then that's crazy to me, but you definitely got to check him out. All right. Freedom Unlimited. Jeremy, you asked if you're at 424, could you apply for 2 Chase cards back to back since the recent approval won't show up on your credit report yet? I mean, I wonder what if y'all have experience with doing this with 2 personal cards, for example. Obviously, if you did 1 business and 1 personal, you would just go for the business card first because that wouldn't add to your 524 account. And you could add a personal and it wouldn't even matter. 2 personal cards in 1 day. I mean, what you're risking is a hard pull there, an extra hard pull for nothing. But it's really not that big of a deal if you wanted to try it, but I would definitely check with more data points first. I've never done this, and I assume since you're doing them both with Chase, it's a good question because doing them both with Chase, they'll know that you're going for 2 cards at the same time compared to you going for, say, like 1 Chase card and 1 Amex card. They don't necessarily see each other's accounts at all. But since that account won't report to your credit report for, a month, theoretically, you could go for 2, but I don't know. I can't say for sure. So I want to hear what y'all say about that. Yeah, Bridge was saying to not dox myself, but Ahmad saying there's 1 million people in Austin. I think, let me see how many people are here. How many people? Oh, yeah. Well, that was 2021. It was about 1 million. Pretty crazy. Yeah. And you're pretty on the money right there, Ahmad. I didn't know you were actually that close. All right. Michael got Ink Unlimited yesterday with a 90K bonus by sitting down with a banker and applying in branch. Got denied last time, but happy to finally have it. Dude, that's awesome. Sometimes that in branch application works, wonders. Luckily, I've never had to do that. There were times where you could go apply in branch for like the Chase Sapphire Preferred to get like a 90K offer 90K offer. What was that? A few months back. But I've never done that. I assume the spending requirement and everything was the same. I hope at least. So that's awesome if that is the case and you got approved at 90K. Congrats on that. I really want to add one of those cards right now. I really wanted to add one of those cards before I moved in because like all of my expenses now are basically done because I bought everything for this place already. But what the heck? There we go. But yeah, obviously I couldn't because I'm at 524. I guess I could have tried, but I didn't. I haven't been denied for a card yet, so I don't want to start that train just yet. But yeah, like I said, I think I'm probably going to apply for the Bilt and a Chase Ink card on the same day, maybe. But yeah. Man, I'm so far behind already. Y'all move quick. I'm not going to be able to read all these, but it sounds like Matt and Chad have been here for a long time. Luke's been here for a very long time. Let's go. Woodsy, welcome in. Sorry, I'm just now seeing you're here, but I appreciate you joining. And yeah, sometimes those YouTube notifications don't work well, which is why I mentioned that new app I'm using, Pushy, because it sends out pushes for literally like everything on YouTube, including community posts, and I believe live streams too. So maybe one of y'all can confirm it, but that's a big pull to using that app and y'all following me there because YouTube's not super reliable. And obviously that's not sponsored or anything. I just want y'all to be able to see what you actually want to see. So that's why I work with them. And work with them is a loose term because I'm not actually, obviously getting paid or anything like that. They're just good people. Sergio asking if I'm getting the City Double Cash now that it has a sign-up bonus. No, the City Double Cash it's not useless to me, but for right now, it just doesn't make sense. The only City card I really want is the Premier, but even then, I'm not like rushing for it. It would be nice to be able to get that one, but double cash doesn't intrigue me as much because I already have 2 catch-all cards in the Freedom Unlimited and the Capital One Venture X. John, I'm happy you got to stop in, but yeah, try to catch the end of it if you want, and we'll go join Luke's stream together. All right. Aaron was saying that I should go take a quick trip to Boston and explore the city, check out the Sapphire Lounge and make a video on it. I've never been to Boston, and I've heard great things, so maybe I should make a trip up there. And the lounge, too, is nice. I have the reserve now, so I should be able to get into the lounge no problem. Yeah, there's so many places I need to go in the U.S. even, and I'm taking some bigger trips international soon, but even just like in the U.S., it'd be cool to like see all 50 states, but that's a pretty big task in and of itself. Uno, what's up, man? I don't know why the membership badges don't show very well on this platform that I use, but at least I can show y'all's messages on this, and can't do that with YouTube. All right. How far am I? Okay, not too bad. Not too bad. Let's see if anybody else has joined. Luke saying Boston is big league. See, if Luke says it, then I got to do it. That's awesome. Matt Clausen's in here too. Oh, there's your original message. Good to see you, ma'am. Appreciate you joining. Darius, I appreciate you as well. Appreciate the kind words. All right. Let's see here. It's like we got a lot of conversation about the Bilt card. Oh gosh, how did I miss this one? From Mojo. Hope all is well and go Washington Huskies. That's a crazy statement. For any of y'all that know me, you know that we're not going for the Huskies here. Hook 'em, baby. What did y'all feel, or how did y'all feel about that? The committee putting UT and Bama in over Florida State and Georgia. That was pretty crazy. I mean, I'm not complaining. I thought we'd scrape by at 4th, but I'll take it. Yeah, Steve, this is a good point about the Bilt card. You could like maybe get that pseudo welcome offer of the 5x back on everything for like 5 days. I could have tried that, whenever I moved in, and I could have gotten 5x on like everything. Would have been pretty smart, but like I said before, I am at 524 right now. So if I want to add a Chase Inc. card in February when I drop under, then I can't add the Bilt card yet. But is it worth risking that? Possibly. I don't necessarily need another Chase Inc. card, even though I'm low on Chase points. There's a balance there, Oh, here comes Matt, man. Here comes Matt with all of his Husky business. Who wins the mighty Huskies of UW or the Longhorns? Dude, I mean, we played y'all in a bowl game last year, right? And we lost. If I'm not mistaken, that was last year. And when was that? Matt, correct me if I'm wrong. We already played, right? Yeah, okay. So, obviously, we're here for the revenge game. And if I were you, I'd be a little bit worried, You got one on us, but we got the more important one coming up. So, we'll see about that. Let's see. Juan talking about how he got approved for the Bilt card over 524 with the 5x promotional. That's nice. If I didn't care about getting more Chase cards, I'd strongly consider doing that right now. Or I would have already done it, but I do care about my 524 status still. Here's Woodsy chiming in about that conversation about the 2 Chase cards. He said that he got one and not the other. So yeah, they do. It seems like they do care. So I wouldn't risk it, Jeremy. Going back to your question from earlier. Oh, but then here you go. And then Brad's talking about how he did 2 at 424 and got approved for the Sapphire Preferred and the World of Hyatt. And maybe this is a different situation because it's a co-branded card with Chase. So maybe that's a way to get around it. Same as I was saying with like the business card. If you go with the business card first, you should be able to get the personal after. This one, you probably go for the Chase Sapphire Preferred first or whichever one you really wanted more. because the second one's less likely. But I'd probably do the co-branded one second, because at that point, that's the one that they have less control over, basically. That's how I would think of it, but I don't know. Yeah, still looks like Patrick's saying, yeah, he did 2 of the Freedom cards at once and only got the first one. Let's see here. Trying to read through all of y'all's stuff here. Oh, yeah, it looks like Samir already beat me to the punch on this one. See, that's because I'm 5 minutes behind you. This is a good question, Michael. If I was to add the Bilt card, would I consider adding more Wells Fargo cards? In reality, it's the same thing. Like, if I didn't care about my 524 status, yes. I could see myself applying for the autograph just to like be a little bit ahead of the curve for when the changes do happen, but looks like we don't need to be holding our breath with that one because they're taking their time on releasing the transfer partners. And at that point, I will be further under 524. I think I have another one drop off in April. So that's probably when I would consider adding another Wells Fargo card. And isn't that like around when they said they're going to release the transfer partners now? It's like early 2024 now. So, you know, maybe that's what I do. Juan, I'm not as familiar with this right here. I mean, I know the merger is being talked about. I thought that it already had happened though, or it's like it's confirmed that it's going to happen. Maybe they just bought Hawaiian bought Alaska or whatever, but nothing else has been talked about. But maybe some of y'all that fly with Alaska more know, like Matt, for example, Matt Welter. I know you fly with him. All right. Michael's saying if I go to all 50 states, got to collect something from each state. I think each state has magnets for each location. Yeah, that is true though. You do kind of got to collect something from each of them. I know a lot of people that do, like, you know, they'll drive, if they do like road trip through, they'll go pick up all the like little stickers and put them on their car and all that. I don't know if I'd put them on my car, but it'd be cool to get those little stickers and put them somewhere. Luke asking the important questions here. Is this a bachelor pad or do I have roommates? If you consider Odin a roommate, then it is not a bachelor pad. But no, it's, this is just me in one bed, one bath. So I'm pretty stoked about it. Never had this before. I've always lived with roommates. So yeah, pretty cool experience, you know, first weekend or so. It's been good so far, but I'm excited to keep pumping out the content now. Got my own content house here, you know, pretty cool. And yes, the housewarming party. Let me just go ahead and send out the address on my next community post, and y'all can all just show up. If that sounds good. Joseph asking the Bilt card versus the Chase Sapphire Preferred. Yeah, it's actually a pretty interesting debate. I can honestly see an argument for both ways. In reality, though, a lot of people need both. You know, if you're somebody that is a Chase, you know, somebody that has Chase credit cards, you need a Chase card that gives you access to the transfer partners. So even if you have the Bilt card, you have no way to get your Chase points to combine with your Bilt points, you know, through Hyatt or what have you. So in a sense, you kind of need both depending on who you are. If it was me, I would get both because that's just how I use the cards. But now I have the reserve and I would still add the Bilt card because it just cleans up all my rent purchases. So it just depends on the person, but yeah. See, I'm already missing all the debates here. Talking about the college football playoffs. 4 best teams are in, no question. Juan is not in agreement with that. Jake saying hook 'em. That's what I'm talking about. Luke was saying Ohio State won the title with a 3rd-string QB. Washington should have been snubbed instead of Florida State. Uh-oh. I probably missed this, but Matt had to have defended himself here. That's funny. Mike talking about the Barclays business card. Got denied for the Wyndham one with 800-plus score. I know Barclays is pretty dang inquiry sensitive, if I'm not mistaken. So that could be the reason. Like if you have a lot of other cards, they're not easy to get approved for. And that's a big reason that I haven't even applied for any Barclays cards because I have a good amount of inquiries in recent past. So Yeah, so that could be a reason for it, but I would imagine holding off on card applications for 6 months, a year, kinda like if you were applying for, like, a Citi or Capital One card, something like that, or maybe not Capital One, but, like, US Bank or something. It's probably good to hold off a little bit. Pete was saying, wouldn't bonuses from new cards every few months be better return on spending than getting the Bilt card? And, I mean, yeah, there's definitely an argument for that. If you pay rent to hit the welcome bonuses, there is an argument for that, but to a degree, people get to a point where they don't want to be constantly spending towards bonuses. So to have one card that just scoops up all your rent purchases, assuming you make 5 transactions a month on the card, it's basically a no-brainer for people. But it's just like, yeah, if you're already hunting for a ton of bonuses, it's a great card to have in the back pocket. So why not get it? But without a sign-up bonus on the Bilt card, I can see why you'd skip it for now if that was your strategy. Samir, how many personal cards do I have now? I don't know, dude. It's a great question. I think it's like 6. Let me count my business cards. Chase Ink Cash, Amex Blue Business Plus, Amex Amazon Prime Business Card. I think. Am I missing any? I think that's it. So actually, I guess I have 7 personal cards. Matt was saying that merger with Hawaiian and Alaska should have been a go, which makes sense. That's what I was thinking as well. Zeus asking a good question here. Do you plan on branching out to other aspects of personal finance? From your perspective, is there a limit to how much credit card content there is? That's a good question. You know, man, I could talk about this for 20 minutes. I'm going to try to keep it concise. So originally, whenever I planned on making the channel, I think everybody kind of wants to go the Graham Stephan route, where you post every personal finance related thing in the world. You make a bunch of money because that's apparently what finance creators get paid, right? Like that's what we all kind of hear, and that's what we think is going to happen. But in reality, everybody kind of finds a niche, that you have to kind of stick to in order to be successful on YouTube. And it kind of sucks because you don't get to really branch out as much as you want to. But at the same time, you find an audience and a community of people that you want to be around that are very like-minded in one specific thing. But if you go look at any personal finance videos that I've created or other people in this space, and even just like travel videos that we've created, they just don't perform the same. And it's weird how it works. And at the end of the day, it's just because the people that are subscribed to the channel want to see credit card content. And if they don't watch if I posted a personal finance video, if they don't watch that, YouTube thinks it's a bad video. So they don't push it. So it's kind of hard to be branching out all the time. But I do plan on experimenting with stuff. Just like I want to post what I want to post on the channel. If I really wanted to dive heavy into just strictly general personal finance, I would almost consider starting a different channel and doing it that way. But that's something that's not exactly on my mind right now. I'm just sticking with, what I really love right now, what's working, and what I want to continue doing. So that's the plan. Also, yeah, Ahmad, sorry if you're getting an ad. I don't have control over when the ads are played. YouTube is weird with that. They have an automator that plays ads at some point. I haven't seen it tell me that you're going to get one. So I'm sorry if y'all get an ad, but I will still be here when you get back. Dan asked my thoughts on Bitcoin. I think it's something you can put a tiny bit of money to if you were already invested in a lot of other things. Kind of how I think of it as like an alternative investment where, if I put 5% of my investment money into it just to see if I can capture it, sure. But I'm not somebody that's gonna, tell you that it's the future or anything, or super bullish on it necessarily. I think in general crypto has use case, but it's not something that I'm super passionate about, I guess. Let's see here. Also, Zeus, I appreciate the support here. I'm glad that I got to introduce you to business cards, especially here, because that is such a big part of the strategy behind, the credit card game. Even for people that are just, personal credit card users, it's just so important to keep your eyes open to the possibilities. And business card bonuses, man, they're so good if you can spend towards them. But obviously, for people like myself too, I'm a single person, don't have a ton of expenses. Business cards are really hard for me to get unless I have a massive purchase coming up. So that's what I was talking about earlier when it comes to the Bilt, adding a Chase Ink card and the Bilt card on the same day. Like, yeah, that sounds really great. That sounds pretty ideal. But will I be able to hit the spending requirement on a Chase Ink card in February? I don't know. Probably not, honestly, like if I was just doing natural spending. So that's probably going to be something I have to debate further. But yeah, it sucks that they have the higher spending requirements, but that's because they're for businesses that spend more. And the points that you get for that spend is still really significant. So they're great cards. Steve asking, any ideas where to redeem those Marriott free nights? I'm hoping y'all tell me. Y'all tell me where to use those free nights because I still have all 5 of them. I'm going to talk about it in my video. I was talking about with Chad earlier, where I went to go visit Chad and CJ and film those creator conversation episodes. I technically could have used free nights for those, but I would have been sacrificing a lot of value there because I think the rooms are only like 32,000 points a night. So I'm not obviously going to use a 50,000 point free night on that. But if y'all have ideas, y'all let me know because I want to make a trip out of it. It'd be cool to even make a solo trip out of it, or I can invite a buddy or something. But if y'all have ideas where to use those, please let me know. Yeah, this is a great way to summarize what I was saying earlier about Barclays. So, yeah, as you can see, I mean, y'all can read this, but Travis was basically saying that the Barclays approval process is so stingy. He opened the Aviator earlier this year, and they gave him a $5,000 credit limit. A few months later, Bilt gave him $50,000 as a credit limit. So that just goes to show right there how stingy and strict they are with their approvals and their credit lines. And this is actually a good point too, Luke. I think they do have like some kind of 624 rule. So if you're above that, that also was a great reason as to why you might have gotten denied. Let's see. It's like the 5 o'clock wave of people might be trickling in now. Everybody getting off work and opening up YouTube right away. That's what I love to hear. Love to see. Nick was saying, domestically, what are some of the top cities you want to visit? Also, if someone travels to Austin, what do you recommend they do? Okay, first question. Top cities I want to visit that I haven't yet. You know, something I really want to do, which I haven't done a ton of yet, is just visit the national parks. I mean, I know there's a lot of them. It'd be great to say that I could go, see all of them at some point, but I'm a fan of road tripping. I like flying into cities. I think that's fun, but I don't feel like I ever really get to know a state or a city if I'm not driving around in it at all. And I wouldn't count Ubers towards that because I don't know, it's just not the same. But yeah, so I'd love to road trip to some more of the national parks. But I mean, I really haven't been to the Northeast like much at all. I've been to New York City once. That's like the only city I've been to in that area. Midwest, really haven't touched either. Haven't been to Tennessee at all. I've really gone up like both of the coasts from Texas, like all the states in that area, but that's mainly where I've touched in the US. But yeah, so I guess there's a lot. See, this is the kind of dedication we need right here, Hondro. Putting it on in the background. I appreciate you. Y'all don't actually have to do that, but hopefully I got some good ambiance for you with your volume on low. John, just got home from the gym. Congrats on the new crib. Bilt card incoming. That is the question of the day. But I mean, the answer is yes. The card is going to be added to my setup soon. But like I mentioned a couple of times, probably won't happen until February when I drop under 524. I'll consider adding a Chase card on the same day, likely one of the Chase Ink cards to maximize my value with Chase because I'm really running low on Chase points at this point. But yeah, so the Bilt card is coming at some point, but I have not applied for it yet. And obviously y'all are going to see everything about that when I do. CJ Cruz, not CJ, the quote unquote first commenter on all my videos. Said, hey, I already have the Amex trifecta, and now I'm going for another one. Which do you recommend? Chase, Capital One, or Citi? 2024 Wells Fargo, perhaps? Well, it's interesting that your first trifecta was the Amex trifecta, considering that's usually people's like last trifecta, since they're the quote unquote easiest to get approved for, and they also are just like the most quote unquote luxury cards as well. But theoretically, the way to to get the most value possible from the credit card game, if you're somebody remotely interested in Chase credit cards, is by getting the Chase trifecta first. While you're under 524, don't have to worry about it after that. You get some kind of Chase trifecta, you get some amount of Chase cards, you don't have to build trifectas. That's probably the biggest point, honestly, that you really do not need to build trifectas unless the cards actually make sense and fit what you need. So I guess that's my first answer. Don't get a trifecta if it doesn't make sense for you, just to say that you have it. But I'm in the same boat where I do plan on building out trifectas with at least duos with like most lenders, because that's how you capture the most value. With Citi, for example, I have the Citi Custom Cash, but I don't have the Premier. So the Citi Custom Cash is just, the points are basically worthless for me right now because I'm not redeeming for cash back. So that's one strategy that I'm considering implementing. But for your case, I would say in general, you start with the lenders that have the strictest rules. Chase has the strictest rule in the 524 rule. You get that trifecta first. Then maybe you move into, say, a Citi duo or a Citi trifecta, but it would make less sense considering your other cards. But say a Citi duo, a Capital One duo, maybe. And then you move to like Amex. And granted, we all have our own journeys, and I've added Amex cards way before I even added, my Capital One card. So it doesn't matter exactly the way you do it, but it is important to keep in mind all those rules. So just get ones that make sense for your setup. Don't just get them because you think you need a trifecta. Matt saying there's some great value for 50K free night certificates with Marriott in South America. Now that's a great point. I just need somebody to come to South America with me. So if y'all know anybody, let me know. But yeah, it's a good point. Let's see. Have I missed anybody coming in here? Calby's in the building, and he says he's moving to Tennessee in December. Wink, wink, haha. Well, that is right now. So I'm assuming you mean this December, but maybe you don't. That's sweet. Maybe I'm going to have to come visit you. We still need to record a Creator Conversations, don't we? So sounds like a perfect opportunity. All right. There we go. Matt said he'll come to South America. Honestly, dude, that'd be sweet to have like a little creator meetup, or not a creator meetup, but like a YouTube meetup in South America. Yeah, Mod saying boys trip to South America. Come on now. Looks like Zeus is curious about the 90K offer for the ink cards, asking if they'll be around in February. Man, I wish I could tell you. That actually, yeah, you bring up a great point with this whole debate I've been having about adding an ink card in February. If they aren't elevated, if the offers aren't elevated, I likely will not add one. Because like I said before, I mean, my spin's already going to be probably pretty hard to hit unless something comes up that I don't know about, which hopefully that doesn't happen. But yeah, if it's, I imagine it's not going to be. Last year, we saw these 90K ink offers lasting until roughly the new year. I think it was like a few days after the new year, because I applied for my Chase Ink Cash on December 30th because I was worried it was going to go away at the new year, and it stayed around for a little bit longer. So that'd be my guess, is that they still go away around the same time. Maybe they extend to February, but it's already been around a while, so I'm not super optimistic. The national park just dropped a free day list for 2024. Might be able to make a good road trip out of California, Utah, Nevada, and Colorado. See, that'd be sweet. I did read something about how they were going to make a lot of the parks free, so maybe that's what this is. That's good to know. I have to keep that in mind. Michael said, what's the one big goal for the new year that you'll be focusing on the most? Oof. It's a good question. Man. Something I got to think about more than just right now, but I don't know. I think my biggest goal, at least business-wise, is just to continue posting what I want to post. I really love getting to do what I do. Like, my job is amazing. But what I do really enjoy doing with this job is traveling. I mean, that's the main goal of the credit card game for me, is to be able to supplement my travel costs. And a big reason that I moved to where I am is so I still have just easier access to be able to travel. And that's probably the biggest thing, is just like taking opportunities as they come and just saying yes to as many things as I can and just making it happen. That's probably my biggest goal, is just to continue to, expand the business, if you want to call it, but just my experience in life and share that experience with y'all on the channel. 850 Credit Club stopped in. What's up? Y'all should go check out the couple of episodes I did on Calvin's show over there. It was a lot of fun. Cal be asking about the full house tour. Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't want to see it right now. You can, well, I guess I have my camera turned the opposite way, but I have so much stuff just all over the floors in here. So it's not ready for a tour yet. But one day, maybe. Here's a good question from Samir. What's my credit score right now if I don't mind sharing? And what percent utilization do you recommend to stay under for all card balances to keep the score up? So my credit score, I honestly don't even know what it is right now, but it's in the high 700s, probably like 770 or so, something like that. And that's mainly, like, I don't go up into the 800s at all with my setup right now, because I haven't been in the credit card game as long as people with 800 credit scores. I'm still within like 3 or something like that years of starting the credit card game. So, that's why I share my experience from the beginning. I think it's fun to do that. But that means that my score is not going to be as high as somebody that's been in the game for 15 years. But it hasn't stopped me from getting approved yet. I've been approved for every card I've applied for, luckily, and just trying to keep that streak going. As for my utilization, I usually keep mine, I say, around like 1 to 2%, usually under 5%. And you might be like, well, that's impossible. My credit limit's only $5,000. How am I only going to spend $500 to $1,000 a month on this card? And that's the beauty of the credit card game, the way that it works. You can make early payments to these cards before your statement close date, not your payment due date, but your statement close date. That'll bring your utilization down. So if you make early payments, in the middle of every month when your bills are due on the first or whatever, you're bringing your utilization down. And that's how I usually go about it, especially if I'm about to apply for a new card. But these days, with my overall credit limit being as high as it is, which I'm talking more about on Sunday, because I just released, well, no, I didn't release. I'm editing a video right now about these credit limit increase requests that I did. But yeah, so now I don't have to worry about it as much. But still, if you want to keep it really low, I would make early payments to your cards. Jake's up in here as well. Sorry I missed this one, but welcome in. Let's see how many people we got. Okay, I can go back up here. Oh man, where did I? Every time I scroll, guys, I lose everything. Here we go. Steve is asking if I ever look at mail-in offers. Not many people talk about it. I've used ones before and gotten no hard pulls. Was 924 when you got the JetBlue card with Barclays over their 624 rule. So yeah, if you watch my creator conversations with Chad, we talked about this, how the power of mail-in offers. That was a big point that we were talking about for a couple minutes, because they really are like a golden ticket to getting you approved for cards, even though you're over the rules that they set. So like for all the Chase business cards, I think Chad was saying that he got them all above 824, I believe. And that's because he was getting mail-in offers or mailer offers. And he was taking those codes and getting approved for the cards with no issues. So yeah, definitely look at those. I did actually, this is an interesting conversation, which kind of screws up what I was doing, going through all y'all's questions. But let me pose a question to y'all. So I've gotten a few mailer offers recently, which I'm sure y'all are getting too. But one was obviously one that I'm not going to be able to do. It was for the Amex Business Platinum card, getting 150,000 points, I believe, for $15,000 worth of spending in 3 months, which is not going to happen for me. But that was one. And the other one was an upgrade offer from the gold card to the platinum for 100,000 points. And I thought that was a pretty interesting value prop that they were trying to, put out there, and was wondering how many of y'all would consider taking that. To be honest, when I first saw it, I was like, maybe I would take that. Granted, you could get higher offers on the platinum card, but I've been in pop-up jail with Amex before, If they're sending me mailer offers for a guaranteed 100,000 points, would you take it? Maybe, but what do y'all think about that? Oh gosh, Anthony wants me to go stand by my door. I just saw that one come in at the bottom. I can go do that while y'all talk through your questions here. Oh, see, I even have my light back here, but y'all can't see it because my dang camera broke. Let's see. I don't know what that shows you. I don't know if that door is 7 feet tall, but you can tell that I'm about 9.5 feet tall, I believe. So probably a 12-foot door or so. That'd be my guess. Yep. See, easily 6'6". Exactly right, man. God. Oh God. Let the controversy begin. Oh. Let's see here. I'm trying to read through these. So here's an interesting question from Dr. N. I found American Airlines offers many flights that suit my needs, but currently only Bilt can transfer to them. Should I imagine you meant get the Bilt card instead of the Amex Gold? So that's a very interesting point. Once again, there are ways to book American Airlines flights with Amex points, though. Like you can use British Airways Avios or just Avios in general to transfer to American Airlines, or not transfer to American Airlines, but you can book American Airlines flights using Avios, and that's a way to save a lot of points and do it with Amex points. So that's one way you could go about it. So in reality, the gold card actually could get you just as far, but I do think that the Bilt card is very interesting, that it gives you direct access. That's pretty cool. So I say maybe why not both? It depends on your setup, but they both could be used interchangeably. But if you want to funnel a lot of spin through one versus the other, you're going to accumulate a lot more Amex points with the gold card. And you could transfer, or not transfer, but you could use Amex points through your British Airways Avios and book American flights. But that takes a lot of effort, and you might not always find the award availability you need. But if you had American Airlines miles, you could do it likely. So that's an interesting question. Michael's saying in cash or unlimited, which would everyone recommend getting first? Let's see what people said before I give my thoughts on it. I might forget to give my thoughts, but I'll try. Taylor said the cash for the 5% categories. If the 90K bonus is around in Feb, he's going to go for the unlimited. Fair enough. Oop. So, I guess that was the one. That was the one answer to that one. So my thought on it would be the Ink Unlimited is the better. It's kind of like whenever you go for with the Chase personal cards. Like I recommend starting with the Chase Freedom Unlimited because you want a good card that can just give you a catch-all of 1.5x on everything. Like it's a card you can use anywhere. That's the same thing is true on the business side with the Ink Unlimited. So depending on what you really need for your setup would dictate what you should do there. For me personally, I already have the Ink Cash. It's great, for those 5x categories. It gives you stuff that your other cards likely are not going to. But then again, it's not extremely useful for everyday categories unless you're somebody that's doing all that gift card hunting, which I don't personally do. It just feels weird to me, but I know people that do it and they don't have issues. So it kind of just depends on what your cards already give you. But Ink Unlimited is a great catch-all while you wait to get the Ink Cash, but they both will give you a good amount of value theoretically, depending on how you use them. Let's see. Cap One upgraded my platinum to a Quicksilver, then extended me another line of credit. I have no idea what that exactly means. But yeah, I guess I don't know why I brought that up because I'm not exactly sure how to answer that one. Oh, well, here's your follow-up. But you're pre-approved for but you're I'm just pre-approved. I got Amex Gold about a month ago and a Chase from Unlimited. Probably not going to approve me with 2 hard inquiries that close, right? Yeah, theoretically, Capital One's probably not. If you're still pre-approved right now, that's probably because your cards have not reported to your credit report yet, which is your new cards haven't, which is why they're still pre-approving you. And if you wanted to get a Capital One card, it's probably now or in about 6 months, basically. So that's up to you. You don't want to overspend to get any credit card, but theoretically, they might not see those accounts yet, and that's why you could still get the card, a Capital One card right now. Oh, shoot. Well, I'm glad you got to hear that. And also, once again, did not see that an ad was coming up. So I apologize for that. But hopefully they're not too annoying. I wonder, I assume with people with YouTube Premium aren't obviously seeing those. So I recently upgraded YouTube Premium. I'm not being told by YouTube to say this, obviously, but I paid for that. And it's honestly been so nice. I switched all of my watching to this account compared to my old one. And it's great. No ads ever. Watch it on TV. Nothing. It's awesome. And this, going back to the door proposition here, this is the kind of comment that I can tell, you're a very educated person here. So assuming the door is 12 feet tall and you're much taller than it, I'm clearly 13 feet tall, 2 inches at least. And that is an obviously astute observation. So, Calby in G, as Anthony would say, with another super chat today. First one came from Chad, and this next one from Calby. I appreciate you, man. $5 home warming and Christmas gift. Don't ask me on the 25th. Well, dang it, you beat me to it. So now I guess this is my gift. But no, I appreciate you. Honestly, I will take everything I can get at this point. So it just this moving has been so expensive, but it's been worth it. Obviously I got my own studio, got this whole setup all to myself, and that $5 is going to go. It's already been used at this point. So thank you so much for that. But yeah, man, I am serious about that. If you're moving to Tennessee soon, I haven't been before. I really want to go. So hit me up. And thank you again for the super chat. That's awesome. Let's see. Okay, man, how did I miss all these? End of December, my Freedom Flex hits 2-year anniversary. Would you recommend opening another Freedom Flex in January for the sign-up bonus? Love the channel. I appreciate you, James. So you could open up another Freedom Flex in January. You're going to need to product change your current one to a Freedom Unlimited or OG Chase Freedom, ideally, if you could do that. But then you have to balance another card account. So if it's worth it to you is debatable. If you're like an absolute, I can't say the churning word, but I just did. But yeah, if that's something you're trying to do and you don't care about how many cards you have, then theoretically you're maximizing your bonus potential by getting a new Freedom card every 2 years and getting a new Sapphire card every 4. You're just going to have a ton of Chase cards to balance. Luckily, they don't cap you on the number of cards you can get with Chase, but they do cap you on your overall credit limit. So eventually you might have to start moving credit limits between cards. But it can be worth it. It's if you need the 20,000 points, if you want to try to get that 5% back on certain categories, that is a possibility you could go down, but I'm not going to say one way or another. It depends on your preference on how many cards you hold at once. Going back to my question posed earlier, Ahmad, you're saying you would not take that upgrade offer because the gold card fits your spending habits more than the platinum. Points overall for the gold, it would definitely be better overall to have the gold longer. I guess the question though becomes, do you get the platinum for a year and then downgrade? There are so many cards out there now that give you 3% back on the dining and restaurant or dining and grocery store categories. So do you use one of those instead for a year and you use the platinum and then re-downgrade to the gold card? It's a possibility, but yeah, that's a good point. I'd get a lot less spending use out of the platinum for sure. Nick was saying he took a lower offer for the gold, 75,000 points with a mail-in offer because he was in pop-up jail. So yeah, those mailers get you by really anything. A pretty nice tool to have in the arsenal. Everson, I appreciate you a ton. And you asked, do you think Bilt will ever add mortgage or other categories? Yeah, I mean they've said that they're going to add mortgages, so that's more of a matter of when. You would hope. I mean, they could obviously backtrack on that, but you would hope that it's a matter of when. And I imagine that they will at some point, but I couldn't tell you when. As for other categories, I'm not sure what they would add. Maybe they do. I mean, there are no annual fee cards, so it's like how much can we ask them to add before it gets to the point where they might need to add an annual fee because of their transfer partners. Theoretically, it's going to be a while though, because they still have room to grow it. And I do love that all their rent day promotions and stuff, and I understand why they don't have a welcome offer on it. But yeah, I feel like if you add a ton more stuff to it, eventually you have to add an annual fee, and we don't want to see that. So we'll see. Uno, what are you doing, man? He said, my man Spencer, I'm so proud of you, brother. Your progress is amazing. You are a blessing. No, you are a blessing, Uno. I really appreciate you, dude. That's a crazy donation, as Ahmad is saying here. But no, seriously, that really does mean a ton to me. I never know how exactly to respond to these donations, because it's just such a crazy thing that y'all support me like this. Like, you already support me with your attention, but to monetarily support me too is it just means so much. So thank you for that. And I hope to continue to provide value to you as long as I can, so thank you for that. Man, that's crazy. All right. Gosh. Man, $25, Uno? You kidding me? Stan, congrats on your approval. Just approved for the Venture X 90K bonus. That's a huge bonus. A huge welcome offer. So congrats on that. Thoughts on using it as a sock drawer card for credits and lounge access? Easy. I say, yeah, you can do it. Depends on how you use Capital One's travel partners, because you could use it as a catch-all card and for that 2x on everything. But it honestly probably will become a sock drawer card for me in a sense, especially when I need more chase points and I want to use my Freedom Unlimited as a catch-all. But yeah, one trip a year through Capital One's travel portal of at least $300, you're already in the positive because you get the 10,000 anniversary miles. So until they change that, it could easily be a sock drawer card. So I don't think that's a bad idea. But always want to maximize your spend. Matt, I did not open a card for the move. The card I wanted to add for the move was the Hilton business credit card, but of course Hilton can't raise the offer on that card. And I assume they're going to make changes to it at some point soon. So I didn't get to add it, but whatever. I put some more spend on my cards that I need to be using anyways, so it's not a bad thing. That's a good idea, Calby. Making a video about how much I saved when moving. I believe Anthony made a video about that. Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, I got 5% back on everything through Amazon, and I got 5x back on everything through PayPal, other than what was on Amazon, on my OG Chase Freedom. So that was a good amount of value back. Like I've already started using all those gift card balances, like on my business Prime card and stuff, to keep buying more stuff. But yeah, there's a lot of value, so something to consider. Anything you learned on this go around moving to ease the process or to save money, Anthony? Well, first of all, I've never used PayPal before for any purchases, so using my Freedom Flex for those 4x or for the 5x categories this year was kind of something I should have been doing for a long time. So that was pretty cool. I didn't max it out, but it was really nice getting to use that. And the other thing that was funny is, I mentioned this earlier, but I didn't have any furniture for the living room. I had no kitchen stuff, so I had to buy a lot. And what I ended up doing was buying everything, like off Amazon and what have you. But I would just leave it in the box because I've ordered it to my parents' house, and then I would just pack it up in my car and move it. So kind of counterintuitive, but I didn't have the new apartment yet, so that's what I did. But yeah, just leaving things in the box to move is pretty smart. And a lot of stuff that I moved to their house, since I knew it was temporary, I just left it in the box too. Yeah, the dollar man bringing up the good points right there. My son can't stand ads, so I had to get it, and now can't imagine going through another ad. It's honestly true. Like, I didn't realize how much time I wasted just hating on the ads on YouTube, but then I got premium, and I don't see any of them. And honestly, like we spend so much time on YouTube anyways. I know it's stupid to like say like, yeah, I owe this massive company any kind of money, but I've been using YouTube as my main streaming platform for, I mean, since I was born. And this is something that Daniel Braun has instilled in me because he was kind of the one that convinced me to get premium. But it's like to some degree, this platform has given me so much value that it doesn't feel like too wrong for me to give them some kind of money every month for premium. But maybe I'm just a YouTube frog. I don't know. All right, I'm starting to lose it now because y'all are moving quick. Let's see here. I'm going to try to get quicker. Adam asking thoughts on the Wells Fargo situation, not really releasing travel partners and maybe indefinitely delaying it, along with releasing 2 new cards potentially. I kind of mentioned this earlier when talking about whether or not I would add some of their cards. Like I said, I would not hold my breath on them adding the travel partners because we're just seeing that they're delaying it. Doesn't surprise me. This goes with any bank. Like it's not just Wells Fargo or what have you. Like every bank is doing something weird that we don't like. I mean, she's Amex right now. A lot of the stuff they're doing, I just like, whatever. It's a new Amex, is just not the same. But yeah, if and when they do add transfer partners, I'm considering adding the autograph beforehand to capture the value before they even add them. But I don't want to add the autograph card, push my 524 status higher, and then their transfer partners be terrible and I just never use the cards. So part of me is going to want to wait, but it all just depends on my roadmap and when things make sense for me to add. It might not make sense for me to add the autograph card at all, but maybe it makes a ton of sense because I'm like, hey, I need a new card right now and I haven't had one in a while, so maybe I'll go for the autograph. But I got a couple more cards on my list before those. And as for their 2 new cards, yeah, I'm going to wait and see what those have to offer before applying for them. And probably, honestly, like I'm probably not going to be the first one to jump on getting those cards right away. And I'll probably just let, do a bunch of research and see like what the value prop even is. But yeah, we'll see. I am optimistic though. I think Wells Fargo could become one of the top lenders in 2024. That's my hope, honestly. Nurse Michael, what's up, man? Nurse Michael's got a great channel as well that y'all should go check out if you haven't yet. But he was talking about that upgrade offer from the platinum or from the gold to the platinum. He said he'd probably upgrade the gold if I already got the Amex Platinum sign-up bonus once. Yeah, that's a great point. I mean, if you could double dip on a bonus, yeah, that's super smart. Yeah, I haven't gotten the platinum yet, so that's the thing. It's like I could still get a great sign-up bonus on it and then later do an upgrade, and that's the smarter way to do it. But yeah, that's a good point. You scroll down to here, see if Kid Cat 37. I support the Odin hoodie t-shirt drop. Who started that? Did I miss something? Oh yeah, Ahmad did. Well, maybe he didn't start it. Oh yeah, I think you did. Yeah, dude, that'd be kind of cool if I could release some kind of Odin merch at some point. That'd be funny. I'll think about it. I know Anthony just dropped some merch for the Team Gold Team Classic Gold versus Team Rose Gold debate, so better check that out. Atomic, I did talk about why I moved. Let me see if I can summarize it in like 2 sentences. Needed better Wi-Fi. That was the biggest first reason. And easy access for travel. Those were really the 2 main reasons I moved. Living in a 1-bed, 1-bath by myself, and Odin once he moves in with me in the next couple of days. That's the big reason. Thoughts on getting the Hawaiian Airlines credit card before the Alaska merger? Honestly, I'm not like Hawaiian and Alaska are not, they're airlines I have basically no connection to at all. So I'm not the best to talk about that. I know Matt Welter was in here earlier. He really likes the Alaska card because of he's grandfathered into that companion pass every year without any spend. But as for the Hawaiian credit card, I mean, that card obviously only makes sense in the first place if you're traveling between Hawaii and the mainland pretty frequently. So if the card already makes sense for you to get now, you could, and then maybe they make some negative changes to it or they shut that card down or something. That would suck. But I imagine they're not going to shut it down unless y'all know something I don't. So it could be a good ad still, but I'm not super knowledgeable on that card specifically. Aaron Taylor asked, how's the CSR treating you so far? The Chase Sapphire Reserve, that is. It's honestly been amazing. Like, I use it every day. That's a little bit of a stretch. I use it a lot now. And I also use it as my dining card. This is something interesting that I haven't talked about with y'all yet. But I've been using the Sapphire Reserve as my dining card because I'm low on Chase points and I have too many Amex points. Not too many. I can always have more, but no, like, I do need more Chase points. So I figured, well, might as well put this new card to use. I have a great credit limit on it. So I started using it as my dining card as well as all my travel purchases and stuff like that. But I still use the gold card for groceries and then the credits on it. So that's kind of how I'm balancing having both cards right now. But I did get into the airport lounge access in Austin with the Sapphire Reserve, and I loved it. You know, it's nothing crazy by any means. I mentioned that, I think, in the video I talked about it but it's giving me airport lounge access that's very easy to access for me, like how close it is to all the terminals and stuff. And it just gives me free food, free drink for a little bit. So I'll take it. But yeah, I love the card so far. Much better than the preferred for me in my use case, at least when it comes to actually getting use out of the card. And the annual travel credit, I think I've already chipped maybe all the way down. I don't know. That one Florida trip, honestly, knocked a lot of that travel credit away. But good thing I'm using it. Stan, we talked a little bit about this earlier. Oh, shoot. Hold on. How did I miss this? Danny boy. Long time no talk, man. I feel like I see you every once in a while, but I miss getting to talk to you on every video. I'm sure you're super busy, and I obviously don't expect any of y'all to watch all my videos, but Danny's been a long-time supporter, and he said, hey, Spencer, dropping by to show some love. Proud of you. Well, thank you so much. Like I said to Calby, these donations are not going to waste. Y'all are going to be funding probably part of my decoration for the set. So I appreciate y'all. I got a lot of stuff. I'm going to break something by doing this. Look at all that stuff right there. I still need to put up on the walls and stuff, but still, I have a lot more to come, and I'm just super appreciative of y'all showing me any kind of support. So thank you so much for that. Oh, okay. So crazy. Sam, I was on your question. Sam, where did I get that? As a fellow Longhorn, do you have any thoughts on the college football playoff selection? I can see a rematch with Bama in the championship. Well, first of all, I think we take the revenge game against Washington from last year. I think we take that back this year. Sorry about that, Matt Welter. I mean, I just really hope we do. And then, I mean, that next game is going to be tough. We didn't get lucky beating Bama early on. They just weren't the team that they are today, and they're going to be a much tougher matchup. So that would be sick if we could play each other again in the championship. I'm really excited to see the Michigan and Bama game. That's going to be crazy. So I'm just excited. I don't care. We already made it to the college football playoffs, so I don't care what happens at this point. I'm proud of the team, you know? Oh, wait. Shoot, no. Kid Cat was the one that started this debate. I got to give credit where credit is due. So the merch stuff you were talking about. Oh, you literally already answered all the stuff that I said earlier. I just didn't see your message. But yeah, the classic gold hoodie. It's awesome. That's from Anthony Venture's channel. If y'all are like, what the heck is he talking about? He or she. But then as for my channel, I haven't even really considered dropping merch yet, but it would be kind of cool to have like a little very subtle like Odin little logo or something on it, or I don't know, something cool. Maybe I'll do that one day. Just joining. Congrats on the new apartment. Thank you for that. Getting the Bilt card. Yes, I am. Not today, but probably in February. If not sooner, honestly. I drop under 524 in February, so I could get it earlier. But also, I already paid this month's rent. And then in January, I have a free month. So then February would be the first month I need it anyway. So maybe I apply for it like in January so I get it all set up before February. That's probably what I'll end up doing. We'll see. Oh, but yeah, then I still would need to get I would still need to get a Chase card before I add the Bilt card in February if that's what I want to do. So it might still push. Atomic talking about how he's afraid to get Bilt due to ongoing fraud issues. I mean, I didn't even realize there were ongoing fraud issues. I don't think they're really. I mean, I know that they had those way back when, but to my understanding, that's been completely fixed, at least that issue. But at the end of the day, I mean, all banks are going to have some kind of issue. And luckily, these are credit cards we're talking about and not debit cards. You're not banking with Bilt. So it's not like they're taking your actual money. They're taking the bank's money. So it all falls on Bilt at the end of the day. But granted, nobody wants any kind of fraudulent activity. I just hadn't heard of more recent stuff happening. So yeah, it looks like Uno was saying that he got it a few months ago. Yeah, and he hasn't had any issues. So yeah. Dylan was saying that there have been times where he switched to a different Google account or end up on a private tab when the ads start because he has a visceral reaction. I just get YouTube Premium, man. It's great. Chad is finally off work. I'm only 8 minutes behind, guys. Don't worry. But welcome back in, buddy. I appreciate you joining. Yep, I did this. Get it through Google. Yep. Chad has a great channel, Uno. We're speaking some truth here. Chad's channel is awesome. Why do you think I had him on, dude? He's awesome. I don't know what I was talking about with this earlier. I know some of y'all just absolutely hate Max Rewards, but that's genuinely the app that I use to manage my cards. Yes, I get annoyed with them too because like my Chase cards aren't syncing right now, but I'm in constant communication with these people and luckily have a good connection to the point where I can share y'all's grievances too. So I try to stay on the pulse with everything, but I have a vested interest in them doing good. I genuinely believe in the app. So that's what I use. And I also just keep track of my stuff manually in a lot of ways. So that'd be my answer there. Uno's dropping out all of the love today. Talking about Anthony's channel. He does need to be on broadcast TV. Anthony is awesome, dude. CJ getting trapped at a happy hour. Dude, I hated that whenever I was working corporate. That sucks. Jesse's here. What's up, Jesse? Good to see you. John McKinstry is back, one of our members as well. Welcome in. Trying to scroll through these. Yeah, I actually do. I have the ability to screen share right now. I use StreamYard to do all my streams. So if there was something worth screen sharing, I definitely could, but I got nothing right now. So, and also a lot of the credit card stuff, like I could easily dox myself if I accidentally open one of my accounts. So I try not to screen share as much, but if y'all ever like, hey, can you pull this up and look at it with us? I can do it. Today, I'm just trying to get through all the questions, but eventually, like I usually will have some kind of slides up or something like that in the background, just like if I have a topic I want to cover real quick, and then we can get into questions. So that's probably what's going to happen next time. Jason, I appreciate you and your support. All the comments, it means a ton to me. So thank you for being here. Dylan, I would honestly go with you. I think Jaden should probably win it. I mean, he's had an insane season. There's a lot of great players out there, but I like watching him play, and he's just pretty insane. But I'm not super knowledgeable. Like I'm not going to sit here and tell you that Quinn Ewers should win the Heisman. That's not going to happen. But I guess you have the Washington quarterback too, who if he wins a national championship, if he's competing for one, that's a pretty good argument. But that's what I'm talking about right there. I appreciate you, Matt. Yeah, you can't really see much of it, but it's coming together. I'll probably eventually put some B-roll of the whole place once it's going, but you got to come visit soon. It'll be looking good once you get here. What are my thoughts on the Longhorns moving from the Big 12 to the SEC? I mean, make it an absolute just power conference, I guess. So it's going to be good to have some competition. I imagine we're not going to have a great season next year, but I mean, we're doing great this year, so maybe we do. Yeah, I'm excited for it. I think it'll be cool. I'm excited to play A&M again. I'll tell you that much. I will tell you that much. Oh, CJ, I missed you, but I appreciate you joining up. And yeah, you definitely got to come over soon. Got spots for you to stay. Don't you worry. Matt is asking the real questions that I know all of y'all wanted to ask, but he just had the balls to do it. I don't know if I can even say that on here, but I did. So Yeah, that's probably next up on the list. You know, we got a merch request today. Now we got an OnlyFans request. So it's all stacking up. But yeah, I guess I got a studio for that. Got my studio light here, so we're ready to go. Really. Lman Gaming, if I could tell you the answer to this question, I'd be a rich man. When does Chase refresh their cards? I don't know, but I'm going to be the first in line to be happy about it. Because I have the reserve now, and I think that's next up on the list that probably should get a refresh, and with the preferred as well, and for the freedom cards, honestly. So I'm happy if it comes, and I'll be the first to welcome it. Calvin, you're not supposed to be telling people this stuff, man. Let's see. Yeah, Pete, going back to the max rewards conversation, like I said before, I go through the exact same struggles you do with it. And they are adding their welcome bonus tracker back. That I literally just talked to them about this because I was like, where did that go? I thought we had that forever. But they are still they're working on adding that back. I'm assuming it's coming very soon because they literally told me like last week that it's like a high priority, but I'm also very much hoping that they fix the Chase connectors mostly. So I'm on them about that. Don't y'all worry, but I genuinely do use them. I have a vested interest in them doing well, and I hope that they do. They're who I've stuck with forever. They're not just a sponsor. Like they genuinely are a company I've used forever. I appreciate you a ton for saying this. Got a new subscriber today. That's what I'm talking about. You never consider that in a live stream, you know? This is for my community building, and I assume that most of y'all are returning viewers, but a new sub, I mean, come on. It's a great day. OnlyFans. I'm reading all these. OnlyFans, let's go, Spencer. You're looking a little more jacked than last time working out. Thank you, Anthony. I have been working out a lot more recently. Honestly, yeah, for the past few months, I got way more just back into it because I have access to a gym all the time these days. And I also signed up with one of my buddies or a few of my buddies for a Spartan race next year. So I've been training more for that. So it's all just, yeah, it's all coming together. But I am working out more, so I appreciate that. I do appreciate you. It's coming from Anthony, the man of muscles himself. What's up, Ahmad? Hey, Spencer, guess what? What? Now the Dollar Man's talking. See, that's what y'all are missing out on by not being a member of the channel. we got OnlyFans in the membership section over there. Do have a lot of pictures of Odin in the membership feed. Do like a picture of Odin a week. Dylan, yeah, I finally am caught up now. I don't know if that means that y'all just don't like being here, so you're not commenting or what, but looks like we still have some good concurrent viewership. So I appreciate y'all being here. Now I'm caught up, so we should be good. Correct, you are, Matt. That is the goal here. Yeah, I'm stoked for that. Been well, I guess I could talk to you about this off air, but I've been doing a lot more cardio than I'm used to. I'll tell you that much. But no, it should be fun. I'm excited to push myself for that. Zachary said team cashback or points. I'm fully on team points right now. I could see myself being a hybrid in the future, and I kind of am a hybrid technically because I have the City Custom Cash and I don't have the Premier, so I have to be team hybrid in a way because I can't redeem that for anything but cash or travel through their portal. But I've just been stockpiling those points, and then all of my other points get used for travel. I say that, and I redeemed 200,000 points for a MacBook Pro a while back. Like, I don't even know how many months ago that was at this point. So it's kind of team cashback, but that was for the business. And I mean, I made a whole video about that, so I'm not going to go too in depth. But for the most part, I'm on team travel. I think the beauty of the credit card game is that we are able to make memories happen that we wouldn't have if we had to pay cash for it, right? That's my favorite part about it. And that's why I will likely always be mostly on team travel or team points, if you want to call it, because yeah, I just love having those experiences, and that's what points allow me to do. John, I appreciate you re-upping your membership. I assume that's what happened here, considering it's massive message on my screen. That's awesome. But yeah, Odin's already got a couple new toys too. People are buying him gifts and stuff for moving in with me, but not buying me gifts. So it is what it is. But Odin will be here in the next couple days, and he'll be not in Sunday's video, but in, probably next Sundays or next Thursdays, I should say. Rich was saying that he has a large expense around $1,600 coming up, allowing me to hit sign-up bonuses I normally wouldn't be able to, so I would prefer using points for hotel. Oh, wait. I would prefer using points for hotels. What would you recommend? I mean, it depends on what hotels you want to stay at. You could always open up a hotel credit card specific to, that hotel that you're trying to stay in. Or you could open up a card that has transferable currencies to that hotel. But you got to be careful. If it's not Hyatt, basically, then you don't really want to transfer your points to that hotel from a big lender like Amex or Chase or whoever. So if you want Hyatt points, then I would recommend getting a Chase card with a higher bonus. If you want Marriott points, maybe you get a Chase Marriott card like the Marriott Bonvoy Boundless that I posted a video about. Maybe you go for the Big Dog Marriott card with Amex. Maybe you go for a Hilton card. It's kind of up to you. But those are the two routes I would go. Transferable currency if it's like Hyatt, for example, or a hotel-specific card maybe. Did I see Godzilla -1? I heard it's pretty good. I assume that's a movie that I have not seen. And if I look this up and it's something that I expect it not, okay, yeah, good. It's a movie. No, I haven't seen it yet, but it looks like it got 97% on Rotten Tomatoes. Now we're talking. Maybe I will go see it. Shoot, Ahmad coming in with a donation too. You don't got to do all that. It's crazy. And also, of course, StreamYard won't show the dang. Y'all can see the emojis in chat on YouTube, but I do appreciate you. That $10, like I just have been saying with the other donations, like that's going to use. That's gone. That's already been used for this apartment move in. But no, I really do appreciate that, and I'm super stoked that I get to keep putting out content like this. And now that I'm in this place, I'm going to be putting out more content, theoretically, more live streams, stuff like that, because it doesn't take me 5 hours to upload a video. Now it takes me a few minutes, so it's a big change. So I really appreciate you, Ahmad. And I hope you continue to be that first commenter. John, doing the Lord's work. I appreciate you. Y'all hit the like button if you haven't yet. And check if you're subscribed. I still only have like 25% of my audience that's subscribed. Don't know how that's possible. Not strictly travel related, but I wanted to share what I use points for. I travel as an opera singer, and I also visit casinos because I learned how to count cards in blackjack. I don't know if you should be saying that out loud. Yeah, but that's cool. I mean, it's honestly really cool that you're an opera singer. I don't think I've ever met an opera singer before, but I'm going to pull your comment off so I don't dox you for the other thing, but no, that's awesome. Kevin said, I have cap one. Oh, shoot, guys. We have 6 minutes before Luke's live. Has anybody seen if Luke's live is up yet? Let's see. I'm going to answer your question in just a second. Someone tell Luke to get his dang live up so I can send us all over there. Whenever it turns roughly 6. Okay, it's already upcoming. So how do I copy this? That's not what I wanted to do, people. We're going to send everybody over there in a second. Let me answer this question, though. I have a cap one with a $40 fee, and they have finally offered me an upgraded Saver one, but with no welcome offers. I don't want to keep paying $40, but would it affect my credit if I accept it? Well, you have to ask if they're going to do a hard pull. If they're not going to do a hard pull, which I assume they won't, then it shouldn't affect your credit negatively. But the Saver one is a much better card. Yes, you're going to miss out on $200 or whatever it is, but you're going to get a much better card and pay less an annual fee. So that $200 is going to be made up pretty quick in not paying fees. Sorry, I'm trying to multitask here. Credit Okay, I'm trying to get Luke's thing in here. Gosh dang it. I can't redirect to Luke's. He's got to add me to the list, people. This is a tragedy. This is a tragedy. Someone tell Luke to do it. Oh, that might be too much effort right now. Whatever. All right. Do I have any more creator collaborations in the pipeline? I'd like to do some more short collaborations, not just the creator conversations. So I want to start getting those. I haven't thought about it as much because I haven't had the Wi-Fi to do it, but now I have that. So I'm going to be reaching out to people soon. I have at least 2 more creator conversations lined up that I want to do. I have one other one that we've talked about doing it with, but haven't made it happen. So we got some more conversations coming out probably first quarter next year sometime. But for actual collaborations, yeah, I'd like to do more small ones. Yeah, Matt, you might need to be my point man here. I think it says Luke has to add me as to give me redirect privileges. So if you want to tell him to do that. Oh yeah, that's true, Anthony. See, got to get the live stream professionals in here. Wait until he's live, then just add the link to his in this chat and pin it. You're so smart, Anthony. You are so smart. We'll definitely be doing that. I don't know how to pin, but oh, I'm using the wrong keyboard. Okay. We're gonna go watch Luke's live in a little bit. Luke's live. Honestly, I'm just gonna post this now and y'all can start trickling in in a couple minutes. Let me get through the last few questions. Oh, that's cool, Ahmad. Thanks for letting me know about that. So you can y'all can see his messages in the chat, but you can like highlight a message to show off your memberships. Looks like 1 every month. That's pretty sweet. That's good to know. I'm definitely gonna have to do more streams so y'all can use that up. No problem, Kevin. Hopefully, I think it makes sense to do that product change just to get out of that fee. But yeah. Ooh, whoops. Austin saying he's approaching 1 million Amex points and doesn't know how to redeem. Dude, fly across the world. Go to see some amazing things. You got all the points you'd ever need. That's awesome. But honestly, like, if you need like specific recommendations, there's a lot of great videos out there. Luke's Points and Miles has a bunch of great travel videos for international travel and stuff. But you could literally do like really whatever you want with those points. Look at using partners like Air France. That's a big one that I'm using soon. Air Canada, like Aeroplanes program is great from the US. There's a ton. I mean, there's so many airlines that Amex is partnered with that you can get really wherever you want for free. Cole saying, hey, dude, I just wanted to pop in and say you're my favorite creator in the space. Been following for a while now. Keep up the great work. That really means a ton to me. I appreciate you. And I just hope to continue to put out the content that y'all enjoy. So thank you for being here. Even if you're here for just a second, that means a ton. What changes would I like to see for the Amex Hilton business if they remodel it? I don't even care. Honestly, the Hilton business card for me is just a way to get Hilton Gold because I don't have the Platinum card. So I need Hilton Gold, and that's how I would get it. So if they added the same kind of credits they did on the personal Surpass, I wouldn't be mad about it because that's still fine for me. Like I actually think that that was a little bit of an upgrade to the Surpass for somebody like myself, even though y'all probably don't think so. I wouldn't be mad if they do something like that. All right, y'all. CJ, I'm going to take this question real quick, and then we're going to start trickling over to Luke's. It's going live in 1 minute. Any predictions for the Apple Card? Amex, I don't think they're going to be partnering with Amex. I think it's likely that they take it under their own wing if they can somehow. I don't know how they would do that. But if not, I don't know who the heck they're going to work with because Amex is not going to bend to Apple's will. Chase definitely isn't. Maybe you see somebody like Capital One like doing it, but no, like Apple is too strong-headed on their ways. So I don't think anybody really takes them over very smoothly, except for somebody like a small place like Synchrony, for example. But Apple doesn't probably want to be associated with that target demographic. So I don't know. But yeah, let me see if y'all can see Oh my gosh, these dang reactions. Do y'all get my message in there? Looks like Luke's live should be here. I'm going to stay up for a few more minutes while y'all trickle over to Luke's, but please go watch his. I just pinned that message to the top. Yeah, looks like Matt is in agreement with me. That's good to hear, considering Matt's always up to date with the news. Not Amex. I think Apple takes it in house. Yeah, I think so too. They'll buy Apple Bank. Yeah. Anthony, I appreciate you dropping in. Everybody, definitely go check out Luke's stuff. I hate that I accidentally stepped on his territory, but I'm sure I stepped on someone else's toes doing this one. But I just want everybody to get to experience every live they can. So y'all go check his out. And I'll be here for, like I said, a couple more minutes. Ayo, let me see if I can help you out. Ayo, I don't know if that's how you're supposed to say your name. So if I'm still pre-approved for the Capital One that they sent me, do you think if I apply right now, they won't see the brand new card they got in the last 2 weeks? I don't believe they will be able to see those, because you can just check your credit report. If your credit reports are showing those 2 new accounts on your credit report, not hard inquiries, but they're showing those 2 new accounts as on there, then yeah, they're going to see those. But if they're not on your credit reports yet, check all 3 of them, because Capital One usually pulls all 3. If they're not on there, theoretically they can't see them, so you should be fine. But your mileage may vary. Can't ever give you serious advice, concrete financial advice. That's not what I'm here for. The dollar man coming in at the last second, at the buzzer, overtime, literally 2 minutes in overtime. $5 more for the housewarming gift fund. I appreciate you. That really means a lot. A member and a donator. What a man. He really is the amazing dollar man. But yeah, I really do appreciate all of y'all's support today. It's crazy. I don't even know how many people we got that donated, but it was a lot. So thank y'all so much for being here. Looks like people are taking my word for it, and they are leaving my stream to go watch Luke's. So thank goodness. It's about half of y'all are still on here, but got to get out of here at some point, guys. I'm staying on until 6:05. 6:05 Central, that is. Uno, thank you so much. Really appreciate you being here. Tampa saying shoots. The only other person I know that says that is my boy Chase Yokoyama, but shoots to you too. Feel honored to be able to say that. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all a ton. We got 2 more minutes if you want a last second question. But if not, I need to go to the restroom and pee. I got to go move a couch tonight. I'm sure my downstairs neighbor is going to be super happy about me moving in a couch tonight. TJ, thank you so much for making this enjoyable. I appreciate you being here. See you on Saturday, Bencher. You know it. Anthony's live every Saturday. Y'all got to go check him out, dude. Every Saturday. For the most part. Uno, Anthony has a Discord too. It's a much more tight-knit one, like not as many users as the credit community. But he posts about his lives every week in there, so you should go check that out. Good to see you, Steve. Peace to you too. We're coming up on the end here, fellas and gals. The 9% of my audience that are gals. Man, oh man. We're all excited, Jake. I'm excited with you. Ahmad, I appreciate you. Yeah, this was a nice change of pace. I honestly was super tired when I started this, and I'm really annoyed because I don't know if you're here. I think you were here at the very beginning, but my lens is apparently broken, so that's like $500 out of my pocket. So and then my camera wouldn't connect with my other lens, so it was a little bit of a mess getting started, but I'm just glad we got to make it happen. But thank you for being here, and thank you for your donation, man. It means a ton. John, peace out. Go check out Luke's stream. I'm going to be in there just about now. Thank you all for being here. And as always, I'm going to catch you guys next time. Awkwardly in the stream now.